I decided for this round I should do a daytime stream because I don't need as much lighting. It may look a little different, but I don't need as much lighting. The sun is still already low and it'll be gone within a little more than an hour. So I figured I should start early. Greetings, my name is Brian. Welcome to KillCo Whiskey Musings, day 23 of the Flaviar, not sponsored, whiskey advent calendar. I remembered to do that. I also remembered to start the music. Yes, I did. Here we go. Boom. Too loud. didn't remember to change the setting. There we go. Okay. Got it. All right. Okay, now we're really good. I have to check about 5 different things before I actually get started. It's a little while. Someday I'll make a video about it, if anyone finds that interesting. Because it is a bit much just to do this every single day. But it helps me get better at it, so there's that. We don't have much time. Only one day left. Tomorrow. Pay attention. Tomorrow. Because if you think I will just be going live tomorrow at 4, thinking of the number 4, at 7 p.m. tomorrow, you are mistaken. I'll be a little more than that going. You'll see. Don't worry about it. We did hit the goal for this, so YouTube will officially be like, here's your money that people gave you. I'll be like, okay, thank you. I'm glad you took some. Weirdly enough, I am glad YouTube takes a little, not because I want them to, but it gives me some self-control over my spending, because Venmo and PayPal are amazing, and I always encourage people to use that, but I also will use that money as soon as I have it, I will do something with it. Typically to help grow the channel or buy a bottle or something like that. Get myself food. That's important. Very important. But you know, it gives a delay. So next month I will look forward to getting a chunk that I would not have had at the time and as much of. I think that makes sense. Sure. There we go, day 23. I'm wondering what they're going to do for the last 2 days. That's always one of those, like, it feels like, I should say, they want to do something impressive or rare for the end of this advent calendar. Don't know if they do every year. It's been a while since I did the original one, which I feel like was the first one they did. They did pretty good then too. This, well, I'll show you. Paste the label away from me. There we go. Got some on my hand. Hello. Hello, white wine color. Borderline clear. Sketchy watercolor. I pour water out and it looks like that. I'm gonna go, that's not right. It shouldn't look like that. But as far as a whiskey color, immediate thoughts are Scotch or Irish. Now, which one it's gonna be? I'm leaning towards Scotch simply because I had an Irish a couple days ago. But I don't know how the rules work with this ever. Ever. And once again, last chance today and part of tomorrow. Last chance forever. Till the end of this year. Last chance this year to get a private tasting with Irene Tan. Do it now. Bid high, bid often. You only have till tomorrow. Then it's gone. Then whoever has done the highest bid, I will announce. And they will get the private tasting with Irene. And that's it. Again, bid high. If you think you're bidding too low, you need to bid higher. It's a weird system, but that's how it works. It's fairly simple, and I cannot overstate how much fun having a tasting with Irene Tan is. I've done it numerous times. It's great. You have a blast, and you also get to try a lot of amazing whiskeys, which is the important part. Amazing whiskey. So initial thoughts. Scotch or Irish? Weirdly enough, I'm leaning towards Scotch. And I mean uncolored. But the nose may tell more, so let's go with that. On to the nose. Ooh. Oh, that's an Irish whiskey if I've ever smelled one. It is fragrant. It is vanilla forward. Butter cookie. Raspberry jam. Sugar cookie. What are you? Immediate thoughts like, what the hell is this? It's slightly perfumey. Perfume-like. That sounds better. Like if someone was wearing this and they walked past me, I would notice. I'd be like, I have talked about this before, but when you start doing this as a more than just a hobby, like I do, you will find yourself becoming distracted by smells, and they will seem a little more aggressive. I've noticed that. It's either they're a little more aggressive, or I just never really noticed them. But flowers are really great. I like flowers now a lot more than I did. But perfumes and colognes, and even so far as certain types of deodorants, I will notice if someone just walks past me. I've also got a pretty good idea of how far I can smell a cigarette, depending on the wind. I had a guy a significant distance away from me, and I already knew he had a cigarette in his hand. Like, most people know that, because those things stink. My fingers, hello. Shrunk them. High five. Wait. Thought I cleared that. Okay, I gotta make sure everything's set up for live chat, because that's... when it's a random streaming time, I never know what's gonna happen. But I must say, this smells wonderful. Thank you, Flaviar, for this one, whatever it is. I feel as if, since I know it's an Irish, it's getting that... I still haven't found an ideal way to put this, but it's a slightly metallic note. Like aluminum foil or tin. Almost like a dime. And it's weird, you know, metallic-y. And how does metal have a smell? I don't know, but it does. Another one I've used is silver. And surprisingly, silver sounds much better than the other ones. It's like vanilla cream. Hot damn. Alright, let's get into the palette. We still have a few minutes. This one is timed. We got 30 minutes on this, and then I get to bail out. Live the rest of my day. I will say, one problem I have caused myself is I bought a game for myself for the holiday called Hogwarts Legacy, and that has proven distracting from everything. I haven't played games in a while. I realized that. So now I'm distracted. I was playing it up to 30 minutes ago. It's one of those games you're playing and suddenly it's 3 hours have gone by. Like, oh, I was supposed to do other things. I still have a video to edit. I haven't forgotten. Powdered sugar. And vanilla cupcake. Wow. Alright. Palette. Spicier than anticipated, but only a little. It came into midway through. Now I'm questioning my decision. Could this be a weird space side? I don't know, man. It doesn't seem like it's even going in that direction. I'm not gonna confuse myself. Part of me is like, is it a Scotch? I'm going, I don't want to deal with that. I have to go towards my first feelings. It feels very much like an Irish. Spice always throws me off, especially when it's in something like this. If I get spice on a lot of other things, like bourbons, I will assume rye, or if it's really heavy, it's rye. You've been learning that in the past 23 days. It's fairly simple. A little vanilla, a little black pepper. If it were just cinnamon, I'd be okay. But it being black pepper makes me go, It dries out a bit. The nose is much more interesting than the palate. The palate's good. But it's another one of those whiskeys where like, it smells amazing. And you initially hype yourself up. You're like, this is going to taste amazing. And then you take a sip and you're like, well, it's not bad. But I wanted so much more. Like, there's no fruit notes that I'm getting. I want to have fruit notes. I want more vanilla. I want more fruit. What about the texture? There's nothing wrong with the texture, but it's not overwhelming. Spicier than I thought. What does that mean? Like, the spice lingers out through the end of it. And that's what's throwing me off. I don't think of many Irish whiskeys as overly spicy. But I haven't had all the Irish whiskey in the world, nor all the Scotch in the world. So either way, whichever way this is actually going to go, and let's be honest, it could be from a whole other country. Don't forget that. I've had that happen more than once during this one. It is enjoyable. The nose is fascinating. The palate is simple, but still good. And a bit confusing because I expect a lot of sweetness and butteriness, but initial vanilla sweetness, and it slowly fades into a spice. Almost fizzy. Effervescent. And there's only one in memory that I can think of that was effervescent-like, and that was a Loch Lomond pick by Aquavite, the channel Aquavite, aka Roy. God, if this is a Loch Lomond, that would be hilarious. But the Loch Lomond I'm accustomed to, which is a 12-year, which is over there? Yeah. Very different nose. Very, very different nose. I don't know what the hell was the complete shift between the ones that Roy picked and the one that I have over there, the 12-year, which is still good. Like completely different beings. It was weird. In a good way. It was nice to see that they have a range. God damn. I swear. Alright, let's keep moving on. We're about to hit the 50-minute mark, so I got one more sip here. Yeah, it just does this. Slowly opens. This nice bit of spice that just lingers on the center of your tongue. Peppery. I'll say white pepper, honestly. That still is kind of like a thing in my head more than a thing I've actually tasted. But black pepper is kind of spiky, and I think of white pepper as a little softer. And with this effervescent feeling, it's a little trickly, tingly, and then dry. I wanted so many more sweet notes, but other than a little bit of vanilla, that's about it. Vanilla cream, really. Huh. Alright, 15 minutes. Looks like I've done this before. On to one of the very last days. The day before the last day. this adventure that we are on. Let's check the vial first. I almost forgot that. Again. I did that maybe once or twice, so. Fuckers. I knew something was off. You sons of bitches. 43%. You ready for this? See if we can get this focus in this weird lighting. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Do it! Why do you hate me? I purchased you. You should love me. There's the happy spot. Normally the happy spot's around here. But with this weird lighting, I get the feeling it doesn't want to focus. There we go. Product of New Zealand. 43%. That explains why I was so confused. At least to me. I was thinking this was a nice Irish whiskey and getting confused by the fact that it was spicier. And usually if I get spice on something that looks like that, it's a Scotch. Peated Scotch, oddly enough. Loud noises from next door. Fun. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. That I like to hear. A New Zealand whiskey. We're doing something right. That's wonderful. Find out more. Sure, you're kidding me out. Yeah. Glad to see it was 43%. They could have, well, they technically could have gone just for 40. Sorry about the noise. It's me making sure I'm turning the pages once. Day 23. Oop, I don't know how to pronounce that. Okino whiskey. Origin. Okino. Their tasting notes are honey, citrus, grapefruit, rich cherry, sweet, creamy, toffee, smooth. And this is the one that looks like white wine. No question about it. I just had myself with the pen. Wrong way. Ugh. Hola. Zenboot, hello. Welcome. Welcome. Sugar Kitty is your last chance to get a tasting with Irene Tan. You could just come up here if you really wanted to, so let's be real. That would be a trip, but still. We're going with the white wine color as far as the chart. See how well this shows up. Again, the lighting is different because I'm lazy. Honey, citrus, grapefruit, rich, cherry, sweet, creamy, toffee, smooth. There you have it. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's got an accent over the O, so I'm just going Okino whiskey. I don't know how they use the language in New Zealand. Origin whiskey. With a Y. So they're leaning into the Scotch dialect there. That's a little bit of educational information. The EY tends to be most places because the Irish are stubborn and they added an E. And the whiskey from Scotland is just a Y. I think there's someplace else also they just use Y. It's not really important. What have I said before about whiskey and language? Being understood is the important part. If I say whiskey and then I say whiskey, you know I mean whiskey, even if, technically speaking, one has a Y only and one has an E. You understand what I mean. All right, let's go over these tasting notes. I don't believe I said honey. I did get a lot of nose on this. Was great. Emily Chambers, cheers. Schwelcome. Schwelcome. Yes. It is. It's not the best time of year to be like splurge on money for this, but it was better for me to roll this over into December rather than trying to combo it with last month in November. It was too much, so I thought, screw it. Great gift idea. Yes. I said raspberry jam. So they got grapefruit, but I don't know much about grapefruit. To be perfectly honest with you, I really don't. Raspberry jam. It said a lot of stuff right at the start, unfortunately, which was great because they all came to me right away. Do I remember what they are? No, it's been 20 minutes. I don't remember much of anything from 15 to 20 minutes ago. It's great. It's a really great thing to deal with all the time, I promise. And for those just showing up, this turned out to be a New Zealand whiskey. It threw me off quite a bit, but I'm glad to see that something this wonderful on the nose and enjoyable on the palate is coming out from there, because that makes me curious for what else they're doing. I know there's some weird stuff coming from other countries, though. Like what they're using to dry their grains and such. Hell, this may be one of them, actually. I don't remember. I've heard a lot of weird stories about stuff in other countries and what they do with it. The raspberry jam. Vanilla is an easy one. Actually, let's go vanilla cream. I know I said that. Say butter cookie, because I don't remember what I said. That's kind of in between. I feel the image of those Girl Scout cookies, treacles, something like that. That's in there right now. Butter cookie, close enough. Yeah, I mean he's the one who would know, if anyone. Him and Stillet, I bet he knows. He's probably had that before since he is in New Zealand. He lives there. So I get the feeling he would know. He would know. Shortbread. Yeah. God damn this pen. This pen is probably gonna die before I finish all this. I swear, this is the most I've written anything officially in the past 10 years of my life. Like, physically written stuff, I mean. Initial thought was 7, but this is honestly an 8. The nose itself bumps it up quite a bit. The fact that it's not just 40%, that's cool. The fact that it's from a different country than I initially felt it would. Baz? Baz. Lil and Chris? That's right, they're over there too, aren't they? I know people all over the world now. I said effervescent. How do you spell that? Someone help me spell effervescent, because I don't remember. Baz? It might be Baz. I don't remember. Baz. Bazzy. Effervescence. Fizzy. Fizzy's a good one. For someone like me, fizzy is probably the better one. But if I say effervescent, people go, that's amazing. EFF. I need to think. I forgot again. If I have this giant empty box, I might as well use it as a desk for this. Fuck off, pen. ERVESCENT. Effervescent. East Coast Oz. Australia, right? Yeah. They're a lot closer than I am. Keen and Chris and Lil are much closer to New Zealand than I am. That is a certainty. Blah. Father's side of the family, maybe. Maybe. Effervescent. It's French. Effervescent. The salt. And for those who missed the color early on, recall my hand is so freaking obnoxious for clean cans. There we go. As a white wine, if I ever saw anything in my life. Good one, Flaviar. Nice curveball. Mike Franklin, hello. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Weird Lighting episode. This is the window. If you're getting, like, if you're curious about why there's big light over here, just the top of the window. I don't have the whole window open at all. There's actually a giant curtain there. If I were to move that curtain, it would be a bit much. And also, people in the courtyard would see me. Not a fan. So, that's why it stays closed forever and ever. Amen. Yeah. What else did I say? I do like that they use very default words, but I find these helpful in my tasting. Because when I say sweet, I then have to go, sweet like what? Like, ask the second question. Smooth. Why is it smooth? Smooth like what? Rich. Rich is a good one. It was very citrusy. I said, what kind of fruits did I say? I said fruit, at least. I don't remember what I said officially. I didn't say lemon or citrus. Officially. Oh, perfume. It was perfumey. That's right. And that's one of those statements where it's more of a... something I've heard of and thought about is when you say perfumey, you actually... Well, I don't know what the hell you think, but when I say perfume, I mean in the way I perceive it and feel it. Like how it hits your nose. Like a perfume. How does perfume hit your nose? How do you feel that happen? It's a weird thing to think about when you're thinking about smell. But it does happen. Like, you smell something that's gross, you go like that. There's a physical reaction to it. So how did you feel it? Yeah. Or was it like, oh, did you open up your nostrils? Did you think, oh God, let me get more of that? Was it sharp? Sharp's a good sharpen. I had one of those experiences yesterday. I drove down the road that has the where I get to have a real great recollection of what compost slash what's the other one? Compost slash mulch. That kind of smell. It was not. Ugh. The only good part is I drove past it and went, oh God, and also was like, well, why was that so awful? I said it was sour. Perfume tastes even more. Yeah, if you get like someone who's heavily perfumed and you get it, it will hit your tongue. Potpourri is also gross. Yeah, it's pretty intense. But always keep that in mind for any tasting you're doing. How did you react to it physically? And in this case, it was more like a perfume, and I'm saying a soft perfume, not like a mature woman who perfumed herself luxuriously. That's the best way I can say that, I think. 8 out of 10. Easily. And if anyone knows how to spell it or pronounce this, I know you can't pronounce... Oh yes, and of course, I knew I forgot something. If you'd like to find out more about this whiskey in particular, come on. I can't find the same focal point because the lights are different. The lighting is different. Do it. Why do you make me go so far back? Oh, it's focusing on me. I'll get it, I promise. I just don't know when. Wrong way. It's the only thing in front of you, man. Give me a break. This is why good lighting is important. My camera doesn't know how the hell to focus right now. Should also note it's a webcam, so it has an autofocus and it doesn't focus very well. I think this is as good as it's going to get. Maybe at this, there we go, right about there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If it doesn't work, I would recommend going to the Flaviar YouTube channel. That's where this usually leads you. Fascinating whiskey. Would like to know more. This is a very similar reaction that I had to the Australian whiskey, which I like. Starward? Is that it? From a couple of years ago. Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm glad to see they're putting out something interesting and intriguing like this. I probably have more tasting notes, but I forget what they were, so. And it is time for me to end. So, with that, keep an eye on your YouTube channel tomorrow. Well, let's just say that the mature women tend to add a little extra, more than I think is really great, but hey, I don't have to worry about it. It is tough to pin down something specific, and this one was like just right. It's where they walked past you and you were just like, oh, you followed them just because they walked past you. Potpourri is just bad perfume, yeah. But with that, everyone, keep an eye on YouTube tomorrow. There may or may not be, there will, 2 different streams going on. One for the Flaviar, and the second one is to celebrate Christmas Eve, and there will be a special guest. It's Irene Dan, don't tell anyone. There you have it, folks. As always, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome. And I will see you on Christmas Eve. Wait. Thank you for joining me on KillCo Whiskey Musings. You can find my social media and Patreon in the links below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.